All day long, we've been checking in with different departments to see how they're responding and what you should do or what you should know no matter what you have planned today. So we're going to get out to our city's east side. We've been checking in with the Metropolitan Emergency Services Agency with more there. Good morning.
Morning.
Tell us what you're dealing with in your department there. I know that it's obviously like not even just a busy morning, but overnight it's been all hands on deck.
Yeah, our crews have been working with the emergency management staff and all public safety, been working with DPW and our partners, just monitoring overnight, making sure that we're adjusting our responses accordingly and working through that. I know IMPD has just altered their response pattern and we'll that's been communicated out. We've changed to a travel watch here based on the amount of snowfall and the rate that we've had. So a lot of us were up early, driving around, checking those conditions, and then starting to prepare for the day ahead and trying to make sure that those essential services stay working in the city and that everyone else hopefully stays home.
And for those viewers that are just joining us, I do want to introduce you. This is Jacob Spence with the Metropolitan Emergency Services, and we're checking in to talk about some of your response. And I know that you mentioned that you've had to pivot or you've been waiting overnight to see if things would change. The plan that you had in place, were you guys able to enact that in the way that you expected, or have you seen different things than you expected overnight?
No, it's been pretty much according to plan as far as all of the partners. Obviously, DPW is the focus right now and making sure they have all the support that they need. But luckily, most people, that's why we issued that travel advisory early, even right as the snow was just starting, to try and make sure everyone got in and got their essential items in and then started to stay home. It appears that for the most part, drivers and guests are heeding those warnings. When I've been out earlier today, there hasn't been very many people on the roadway, so that helps NDOT and DPW, Lawrence Public Works, Beech Grove, Speedway, Southport, all of them get onto these roads and keep them clear. I do think that the snow came in, the heavier bands accelerated a little bit more here in the morning for us, but hopefully that'll help us long term in getting it cleared out quicker.
And I'm sure that is a relief to you. I know we spend so much time telling our viewers and letting them know about the conditions to stress why it is so important to stay home. But I think that is nice to hear, too, that it is a relief to you guys when people do heed those warnings so you are able to get out and respond to those true emergencies. I want to thank you for your time. Again, Jacob Spence with the Metropolitan Emergency Services Agency. We'll let you get back to your important work there, too, and then we'll continue with some of our coverage here. Thank you.
Oh, yes, a busy morning for many. Let's get you back out to the roadways and talk about some of this snow that is falling. We are basically in the midst of this winter storm. It started overnight, and you see our NDOT camera here over on I-465 kind of moving around a little bit. Had several slide-offs. In fact, right now, I was just trying to go around the metro to count how many slide-offs we currently have officers working, and I think I counted at least 8 around just 465 alone, not to mention any of the city streets. So it's situations like this. You have a car that's likely not four-wheel drive, probably front-wheel drive, and you try to go out onto the interstate, and then the snow plows come through. They create these deep banks of snow where they've pushed snow out of the travel lanes. And then you're trying to merge onto the interstate and you have to go through that deep snowbank and you get stuck because you don't have the proper vehicle to kind of go through those thick areas of snow, and you spin out and you get stuck. And that's just been the trend so far today. Most of the vehicles that we have seen needing assistance have not been vehicles that are four-wheel drive or vehicles that are higher profile, like you see here. So this is something that just to keep in mind. You know what kind of car you drive. If you do not have to be out and about for today, don't. But if you do, perhaps arrange travel situations to be in a vehicle that can get through some of these very deep snowbanks that have developed because of the plows out doing their jobs trying to remove snow off of some of those travel lanes. Did get a couple of updates from a snowfall reports standpoint. Still awaiting an update from the National Weather Service at 7.2. I believe that came in just after 8 o'clock this morning. So that's likely going to be about an inch behind what the actual reading is right now. Had an update over in Terre Haute, up to 8 inches there. And we just received a report down in Bicknell, which is northern Knox County, just to the north of Vincennes, just over 10 inches. And that area. So we are continuing to add on to our snowfall numbers. Ultimately, still headed to that 8 to 12 inch zone along and north of the I-70 corridor. Heavy banding likely still in southern Indiana. Could see some isolated spots in excess of 14 inches when it's all said and done. As far as where the snow bands have set up, over the past 45 minutes or so, we've been watching some secondary bands set up over Wayne County, where you see some of these darker blues on the radar. And then down to the south, some of these bands have set back up Indianapolis south from Greenwood down to Franklin and then down toward Columbus as well, starting to see that snowfall rate intensify. Now, we also talked about from south to north, the snowfall potential was going to be higher the farther south you go. Still going to have travel impacts in northern Indiana, as light snow at least will continue to fall through. This is noon today. I think we'll see active snowfall between now and really 4 p.m. area wide. After 4 o'clock, we'll start to see a clearing take place as the system starts to pull out of here. By 6 o'clock, I think the Indy Metro will see the snow wrapping up, and then for everybody, snow going to come to an end this evening. But the wind will start to increase. So as that wind does increase, we'll see this light dusty snow kind of start to blow around, could create some snow drifts and cause some issues, ongoing issues when traveling. Low pressure zone lifting to the north as we speak, so you can still see back to our southwest. I got quite a bit of moisture that we're going to be dealing with here before this all wraps up later today. As far as your visibility goes, down to 1 mile, many spots down to 0 in Shelbyville. Take a look at this here, camera network across Indiana where everything is snow covered at this point. Temperatures for the most part are in the single digits, and our wind chill value now down to 7 below at Indy, 6 below in Shelbyville. Accumulation going to be most likely now, obviously, through about 6 o'clock, as we talked about that moving out from west to east later today. Then it's going to be all about that cold weather that settles in. Right now, our wind chill, again, 7 below. As you see that snow continuing to fall downtown Indianapolis with the visibility that has dropped as well. Let's talk about the wind gusts. They're likely going to increase here as we go through the afternoon. 25 to 30 miles per hour possible. Going to stay breezy through the evening tonight and then on through the overnight hours. So as we get into Monday, we're looking at temperatures falling to 4 below and wind chills even colder. And Sean, we're talking about the road conditions out there right now and several slide-offs we've been dealing with.
Yeah, and got to say, we've got someone watching us this morning. You guys might know this person, Chuck Lofton, weather watcher there in Avon, reporting 7.3 inches of snow. We appreciate you, partner. And we've had multiple 7 to 8 inch plus reports here. So this is 465. This is on the southwest side. And this is pretty much what we have seen a lot of this morning. Cars that are essentially stuck, and the Hoosier helpers, what we have noticed are just kind of nudging them along just like this, like Lindsay was showing you there, 465 there in Brookville Road. So Marion County under a travel watch, that's essential travel only. We knew there would be a whole lot of red on this map, and that's essentially the travel warnings. We will likely get more of those as we progress forward. We still probably have another 8 hours of snow to go, and there's still going to be that blowing and drifting as we continue overnight tonight. Much more to come here this morning as we continue to watch the winter storm moving across central Indiana.